We're live. So thank you very much for joining us. While this is starting to stream out on all the places and we're making sure that it's working, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Reinventing the Tattoo Network. And then we're going to start with our very special presentation of the longevity of the artist with Durb Morrison. You can see him. He's here to give us a short intro. And then
Everyone.
we'll check out the webinar. Fawn recorded it. They did it at Durb will tell you all about it. And then afterwards, we'll have a live Q&A, and you'll have the opportunity to zoom in and ask your questions, as well as answer trivia questions that will be answered throughout this video so that you could win some prizes from TrueTubes and Reinventing the Tattoo, maybe TattooNOW. So let me, while everyone's testing, let me tell you a little bit about Reinventing the Tattoo Network, and we won't run any ads or anything during this, so thanks a lot. Okay. This is, holy shit, it's November 13th, 8 o'clock, and this is a special presentation of the Reinventing the Tattoo Network with Durb. This is Guy Aitchison's Reinventing Network, where tattooers, apprentices, collectors, and the curious are all encouraged to join into these live streams, to join into the replays if you're watching the replay, ultimately to share with each other, to create better art and tattoos together. We're beaming out pretty much every day, 5 days a week, and with your help have evolved into a quality network of amazing live and on-demand tattoo and art shows. It's pretty crazy. You could find Reinventing the Tattoo in either of the app stores, Apple or Google, on YouTube, also on Roku, where we have 12 to 15 channels going out live 24/7, including Drunk Critique against our better judgment. If you have Roku, you can just watch Drunk Critique. It's crazy. All the major podcast directories have the Reinventing show, and we'll have this show tomorrow. Basically, we go up out on the podcasts automatically the next day. So no matter where you're listening or beaming in or following the replay, you can always find the latest and greatest at reinventingthetattoo.com, where Guy Aitchison has been inspiring countless tattooers for decades. His full Reinventing canon is there. So if you are a tattooer and you talk about the book or heard about the book, you should go and get the digital canon. Guy updates it pretty frequently. It's crazy. As the times change, so does the book, or so does the online platform, excuse me. The latest, let's see, what do we got here? Sorry, I'm losing my place here. I'm excited. So anyways, check out reinventingthetattoo.com to grab some courses. And then the next show that we have to plug is tomorrow, Monday, the Tattoo Weekly. We have special guest Tony Mancia on at 11 o'clock for that show. And I mean, you can see all of the Reinventing the Tattoo Network shows right there on the homepage of Reinventing the Tattoo. So I do want to thank, let's see, WorldTattooEvents.com, DLize Pro, known as Dermalize Worldwide, TattooNOW.com, that's me, I'm a computer geek. And leave your positive reviews on all of the channels, please. Constructive criticisms, management at reinventingthetattoo.com. And okay, it looks like we've got Yeti Tears, horns, 100%. Thanks for this. Okay, seems like it's working.
The Apprenticeship Diaries on there too, going.
The Apprenticeship Diaries is on there too. Okay, so Durb, why don't you take it away here? Thanks again,
everyone,
for doing this.
Thank you, Gabe. I really appreciate the intro, man. You guys got a lot of really good things going on. I'm really honored to be on here.
Oh, I haven't even given you the proper intro. It's like Durb Morrison, the man of Hell City, TrueTubes, Red Tree. Oh man, it's been forever. It's really exciting to see. Everything. I mean, I remember you doing this at over in Venice, I think, in Ireland. I've seen it all over the place. It's real fun.
Yeah, I've done it in Ireland. Actually, I was there with you doing that, and the one in Venice, Italy as well. So yeah, I've had the opportunity to teach this seminar like around the world to a lot of different tattoo communities and things like that. I've been teaching it now well over a decade around the world in a lot of different tattoo conventions, and a lot of it came about because of the back issues that I started having from tattooing for I've been tattooing for 33 years professionally right now. So about probably 15, 20 years ago, I started to develop some pain in my spine, and it was kind of making my hips go numb and stuff like that. And my left leg was going numb. So I kind of seeked it out a little bit further and realized that I truly did have some issues going on from tattooing in general. Mainly I had myalgia paresthetica, which was a compression of my femoral nerve from wearing tight belts while I was tattooing. Long sessions, 10 hours a day, leaning forward with a tight leather belt in my hip. We'll talk about that, during the seminar. you know, so there's a lot of other things. I got thoracic herniations from tattooing, from, you know,
Yeesh.
bad posture, turning, you know, twisting too much for ink and stuff. So over the years, you know, when I first taught this seminar, it really made me aware of how many tattoo artists were actually in pain that didn't have any kind of answer or
All of them?
resolution, you know.
Like, or
Yeah,
almost
pretty much
all of
all,
them?
exactly, all of them. So it really kind of opened my eyes to be like, you know what, I should really turn this into a, you know, a seminar more, and going out and teaching it a lot more. So and online I get a lot of questions too, a lot of health issue questions of pain, you know, spine, hips, eyesight, from tattooers. So it's really kind of put me in a position over the years to become like a tattoo health educator, you know, a health before wealth type of a guy to teach people. I've never really charged for the seminar. I don't feel they should be charged for anything like that. And that's why we're bringing it to everybody free today on here. After this, we're going to be doing a Q&A, as well as some like giveaways for True Tattoo Supply and stuff like that. But I know there's a lot of tattoo artists out there in pain that don't have a resolution for, you know, a seating situation, or how they should be postured up, or just little things that you don't think about every day, that until it's too late and then you're in pain. So you know, Fawn Baker, she's the one that recorded this seminar when I was at my buddy's studio, Seven Lions, in Dayton, Ohio. And yeah, and so we've captured it. This is its final resting place, other than my personal YouTube channel. It's here on reinventingthetattoo.com. And yeah, we're pretty much going to roll into it. It's about an hour long. This was done, like I said, in my buddy's studio. So you'll notice in this, I like this recording that we did with Fawn, because it shows the interaction. There's a lot of apprentices that other studios brought with them to learn, you know. And that's one of the things too. I want to say this to anybody that is apprenticing anyone or apprentices, that the health aspect should be an integral part of an apprenticeship, because if you
Now.
don't inform somebody how to properly sit, and like ways to preserve their bodies over the year with tattooing, you know, it's going to be defeating over the years. So I firmly believe that this, and that's why we're putting this online. So this is a simple link that in the future you can show to your apprentices, you know, anybody coming into the studio, or you personally, if you want to go back and review things, if you're having pain, you know, this is the video to watch. You know, there's a lot of other great health educators out there as well. I do certain aspects of it. So my buddy Jordan also does a lot of hand stuff as well. So this is just the tip of the iceberg with tattoo artist health, but I hope it helps a lot of people. And stick around for the Q&A. So if you have any personal like health issues or pain, might be able to help you. You'll see in this,
Yeah.
I don't say I'm Dr. Durb or anything like that. I'm just a tattoo artist that has a lot of physical pain myself. It's been tattooing for over 3 decades now. So
Awesome.
that's pretty much the gist of it. And again, I want to thank everybody for taking time for yourselves to tune in right here and watch the seminar.
Awesome. Well, let me get it fired up here. It seems like the chat rooms are picking up a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Let us know where you're beaming
What's up,
in
everyone?
from, and then if you have any aches and pains and whatnot, let us know. And again, as Durb was saying, afterwards the Q&A will have the opportunity to both win prizes and or to zoom in. So let me, without further ado, as they say,
Here we go.
let me fire up this, and I believe I sacrificed enough to the tattoo god, so we'll be good to go. Okay, we're gonna drop off in the background. Durb, we're gonna kill our mics so that we're just gonna be playing it, and then we're gonna come back after. We'll be in the chat rooms though. So if people want to talk with us, then
all right, everybody. I hope you guys enjoy, and I hope you get something out of it. Pay attention. Some of the topics that I'm going to do the Q&A giveaways are going to be from the seminar as well. So
awesome. See you all on the other side.
So first of all, I want to thank everybody for coming out today, not just for taking the time to come see me, but taking the time for yourselves, literally, because some of the information I'm going to tell you today, like I said, it's common sense. I'm not going to be teaching you really anything new, but I'm going to make you aware of things that can happen to your body over the next decade of tattooing. Most of us are going to be tattooing most of our lives till we're 60, 70 years old, or till our, you know, bodies don't allow us to anymore. So this seminar is just reminders, insights, how to be healthier during your tattoo career. Like this, it's a brief seminar. It's tattoo artist insight, me being a tattoo artist, and the ways to keep your body healthier, limber, and stronger, allowing you, the tattoo artist, to feel the best you can throughout your whole career. Longevity of the artist is for any tattoo artist looking to improve their physical self and daily habits around tattoo studio to feel better during your tattooing with preventative exercises, stretches, and diet. Before I go any further, I am not Dr. Durb. I'm not here to give you guys like real medical advice. You know, this is stuff that I've dealt with. I got a lot of physical pain from tattooing. I've been tattooing for 33 years now. So this whole seminar came about from me experiencing some pretty harsh, physical pain that kind of has slowed my tattooing down. I can't tattoo like I used to, 10 hours a day, 5-6 days a week. So when I started first having physical problems, I was like, oh shit. And when I realized it was from tattooing, not sitting up, twisting to one side for 30 years, I thought it was a good chance for me to kind of like share some of my experiences with pain through tattooing and try to pass it on to the next generation. So I'm not Dr. Durb. What I am, I'm a tattoo artist, just like you guys self. Last 33 years, actually 36 years since I was 13 years old and did my first tattoo, but 33 years of professional tattooing. I do a lot of other things within tattooing. I'm sure you guys know the Hell City Tattoo Fest, Red Tree Tattoo Gallery, True Tattoo Supply, and then I also teach now. So I haven't taught this seminar for over 3 years with the pandemic. I've revised a lot of stuff, so you guys deal with me as I'm going along. Some things are going to be quicker. I got 65 slides to show you guys, things to go through. Some are going to be real brief. We're going to move on to the other stuff. But there's that sexy guy. This is an article that I had. I don't know if anybody caught the article that I had in Inc. magazine. Anybody catch that? Yep. Glad you're the only one. Right. So a lot of this seminar is for, tattooers that have been tattooing a long time, but also for apprentices. And I know I asked before, but how many apprentices do we have in the room right now? Okay, cool. So almost half of you guys are apprentices. So this is a perfect opportunity for you guys to get this insight. You can take it along and just use it the rest of your tattoo career. Hurting your body is a choice. You sitting there hunched over is a choice. You twisting. We were talking earlier, I think, about working on people upside down for hours while the client's perfectly comfortable. So hurting your body is a choice. If you don't eat properly, that's your choice. If you sit bent over, tattooing all hunched over and not bringing the client to you, it's your choice. So hurting your body is your choice. We talked to somebody about that earlier, about me being suspended. So that's me getting suspended, hurting my body. But also healing your body is your choice. Healing your body after you're done tattooing literally is about going and kind of reversing the cycle of what you've done the whole day. You stayed stationary. So get out, healing your body, eat properly, stretch, exercise a little bit. So healing your body is your choice as well. I'm 49. That's my body right now. All natural, no steroids. So this is where we get to, is like the obvious is easy to ignore. You'll sit there all day knowing you're hunching, knowing you're uncomfortable, knowing that food's getting cold sitting over there that you ordered 3 hours ago. So the obvious is easy to ignore, just like you shouldn't swallow a coat hanger or keep going sidewalk ends. We're all here literally to prolong our tattoo careers. Who here has been tattooing for 5 years or less? Bud? No. Who here has been tattooing for 10 years? 15? Only 20? All right, now we're getting up there. You're coming up on 30?
Yeah.
Okay. Who has physical pain from tattooing? Okay. Who doesn't want physical pain from tattooing? That should be everybody. Yeah, right there. So we're here to just pretty much prolong your career and make you guys aware of different things. Why are we here? Improve the comfort of the tattoo artist during the sessions, raise awareness of the artist's health, teach simple and effective stretches. Like I said, I'm not going to teach you guys anything new. I'm just going to reiterate things. Teach proactive tattoo lifestyles that you should pass on to all your apprentices and everybody that is around you, and to promote preventative thinking for the artist. Typically, we start here when I teach is the thing that's causing us problems is tattooing. The tattooing's connected to our hands. So we're going to work through the hands, through the body with a lot of stuff. One of the biggest things that tattoo artists encounter is carpal tunnel. Has anybody dealt with carpal tunnel? So yeah, it's pretty serious shit. Sometimes you have to have surgery from it, things like that. I know Conan Lee also had surgery. And at that point, he couldn't even put his belt, from what he was telling me, he couldn't even like put his belt on because his hand got so weak. I think he did both. Yeah.
I don't have to roll my tattoo hand.
Just your tattoo. Have you had the surgery on it and everything? Okay. Yeah. A lot better now. Yeah. So carpal tunnel is one of our main things. Now, let me see what I got here. Boom. So the carpal ligament is right through here. Your carpal ligament goes here, and your median nerves, the carpal ligament goes here. So that's what pretty much compresses the median nerve, You also have the ulnar nerve. So your ulnar nerve is on this part of your body, mainly coming from like, you know, your funny bone, you hit that and your pinky finger go numb and all warm. So that right there is your ulnar nerve. Your median nerve is pretty much what you're going to feel from carpal tunnel. Anybody ever get the numb thumb from tattooing all day? That's part of carpal tunnel. That's your median nerves that run up in those parts of your thumb that you'll feel. It's mainly from the compression and inflammation and overworking. One thing as tattooers we do is we tattoo all day, then you're on your phones, and then you're on your laptop pressing down on your median nerve. So carpal tunnel is one of the biggest things that artists have a problem with their hands, typically, that and arthritis. I don't know if you guys can see up here, but like I was saying, the median nerve is what's going to run through mainly these. So see how it runs to the inside of your ring finger, but mainly it's going to run on the inside of the thumb, inside of these fingers. So that's where you'll have a lot of problems with these three fingers from tattooing. Like I said, the ulnar nerve is going to be mainly out towards like your pinky and stuff like that. And that's kind of like your funny bone more than anything. So you'll get numbness in the fingers. Did you have that? Numbness in the hand? Okay, so you did ulnar. So your whole thing was affected. Okay, yeah. Yep. But that ulnar will affect you just as much. Yeah. You'll have the numb thumb that I was talking about, a burning sensation or tingling in your hand. And your hand can actually atrophy, like I was talking about Conan Lee and his hand just getting weak and stuff like that. And it'll actually start to atrophy. If you start feeling this stuff, go see a doctor. That's the main thing right at first, not Dr. Durb. So carpal tunnel surgery to release the carpal ligament. Like you'll see here, like the median nerve, boom. This is all the median nerve. And then you got your carpal ligament. This is the ligament that is going to swell and press on your median nerve. So that's pretty much the procedure that Chris had. So they'll, yeah, see you look away. But yeah, so they actually have to open you up there and cut that, the ligament, the carpal ligament. So now we're going to get into arthritis. Anybody deal with arthritis? You're a jiu-jitsu guy. You probably got arthritis in your hands too, huh? Everywhere? Where's yours at? Shoulder? Okay. Anybody else arthritis? You? Yeah, where's yours at? Shoulder and elbow. Is it from tattooing, you think?
Probably most of it.
Yeah, from the repetitive. Yeah. Anybody else? You're a jiu-jitsu guy too. You probably hands. Yeah. Yeah. So arthritis is something very real for artists as well. It's pretty much an inflammation of your joints. I don't know if you can see my fingers are all fucked up from jiu-jitsu shit, but arthritis makes it hard to compress. You know, it concerns me too, being a tattooer with arthritis and being able to hold your machine. You also have rheumatoid arthritis, which is more like all over body arthritis, and it can cause a lot of bone erosion and stuff like that. So like I said, we're going to go through some of these quick too. Arthritis, typically burning, swelling, stiffness, cramping, or inflammation. Preventative exercises, mainly when you're done tattooing. That's what I'm talking about. When you guys are done tattooing, get up and do something for yourself. You've been working hours for somebody else, essentially. You know, you're doing your art, but you're doing a service for somebody else. Do yourself a service. Take time, stretch those, anything that was, because when we're tattoo artists, we're so tight. We deactivate from here down. I'm not using my legs. What am I doing? Hitting a foot pedal? So your whole body's from here up. So when you're done, you need to actually like get moving again. We're so stationary during tattooing that when you're done tattooing, either go to the gym, do some stretches right there. People feel weird about that, but it's one of the best things you can do, because if you don't stretch, it's going to catch up with you, you know? So stretch your wrists. That's one of the main things too, because that's your moneymaker. Your hands, your arms, things like that if you get carpal tunnel. So you want to stretch, you want to strengthen, you want to get a lot of movement and try to lengthen. Like I said, we're so tense that you want to lengthen everything. You want to lengthen ligaments, lengthen everything. Preventative exercises, strengthen your hand, stretch your wrist, stretch your fingers. There's different tools, things that you can use. I thought I had another one here. Yeah, there we go. You can wear braces if you need to, you know, if it hurts and stuff like that. You gotta watch cross-contamination with that. But yeah, do some wrist exercises. So if you start feeling it, pay attention to it, start doing some exercises. Back and spine. How many people got back problems? Yeah. And this is probably going to be the biggest thing that you're going to hear from tattooers. And I get a lot of people that actually are just like, Durb, I'm having this pain. What should I do? And I help a lot of tattooers, and they're like, that fucking helped. And it could be the way you're working. We dipping over here, you should be just dipping right here. So there's things that I can usually look at somebody's cycle tattooing and find. But the biggest thing I hear from people is back and hip pain more than anything. So over here, this tattoo artist, this is the way we should be. This is real easy to sit up at first. You always find yourself slowly, and then you're just like, oh shit, like an hour later. So try to stay aware. That's typically the area, a lot of, that's more of a thoracic. So you have your lumbar, your thoracic, and your cervical. A lot of artists will have lumbar and thoracic pain, is what I've noticed. Twisting and sitting like that will enlarge your back muscles. So if you're twisting to one side for your ink, these muscles are going to get bigger, kind of like on my back from twisting. That can pull your spine off. So you can actually develop spine problems from a muscular imbalance from twisting to one side for 20, 30 years because of larger back muscles. It causes a spinal imbalance. Best thing to do is strengthen your spine, reverse that. So if you can, set up your areas differently. If you're noticing that you're hurting from going to one side, just switch up the way you work, you know? So this is different spinal stuff. We call it the tattoo hunch. That's pretty much what we all get. Let me go back here. Spinal hydration, that's another thing too. How many people drink water every day? A lot of it? Yeah, okay. That's super vital, not just, you know, for your skin and all that, but your spine, like all the discs in your spine are hydration. They're meant to cushion the bones. So when you're dehydrated, you're going to get thinning discs, you're going to get, you know, degeneration of discs and things like that. But let's say if you're not hydrated, let's say you're hydrated and you jump, that water is needed in your discs to protect your spine, essentially. If you're dehydrated, you're going to start having degenerative issues with your spine just in general because you need hydration. I didn't know this shit either until I started having spine problems. They're like, you drink enough water? I'm like, They're like, yeah, your spine is, you know, your discs are dehydrated. So yeah, so this is a normal disc. This is degeneration. This could be from dehydration and stuff like that. Bulging and herniated discs are usually from either what I have, which you guys are going to see here in the presentation. I have a serious herniation in my disc with a bulging disc below it from tattooing. So the herniated disc is fucking painful as shit. And then bulging disc, but this can come from you just hunching over too, because what you're doing, let's say this is your spine, this is a tattoo artist's spine, and then if you're twisting on that like lazy point in your spine, that's where you're going to develop a bulge or herniation typically in your spine for tattooing. And then the degeneration, typically that can come from not having enough, you know, vitamins, minerals in you, hydration, things like that. So muscular imbalance, you can get arthritis in the spine. I'm talking about the weak point in the spine. That's why you want to sit up, because your hunch point will become your problem, just like mine. And then stenosis, this right here is going to be stenosis. So as your disc thins, so does the channel way for the nerves in your spine. So that's why you want to keep hydration too, to keep the, I guess, the cushion and not get stenosis. And then degenerative disease. All right. This right here, I'm going to go back. This is the video. I don't know if you guys can hear it. So I was having a lot of pain years ago to the point where it was making my leg go numb. I was literally kind of like this. And I think it was right when the herniation began. So I went and I was like, because I had people telling me like, you just got arthritis, bro. And it's like, you need to rest your back. No, I found out that I have a severe herniation in my thoracic 7. That's one of the highest paralysis points in your thoracic spine. And it scared the shit out of me. So I don't know if you guys can hear this, but this is when the doctor was like,
This right here is like the hunch of my back.
I don't know if you guys can hear. Okay, so I'm gonna have to show you guys. I got closer up. So I got a bulging disc here and I got a herniation here. Now my herniation's so bad. Boom. Okay, I'm gonna step over here. So, like they said, this is how your back should look. See how straight this line is? So the black is my spine, my actual like spinal cord. The white's the cushioning around your spinal cord. When you get a bulging disc, you see this right here, just this bulge. This is what causes most people pain. I don't know if you can see up here or right here where my spinal cord's compressed and the herniation's almost pushing through right here, pushing through that, the only cushion I have left in my spine. So that scared the shit out of me, and it's given me a lot of physical pain over the years. Something I've been doing to help it is traction, which is lengthening my spine. I can't really go to a chiropractor because they'll twist me and they set me, and just it's too risky for me. I know I do jujitsu, but it's not like, you know, it's a different type of a thing. So what we're talking about here is keeping good posture. Tattoo artist, this is where we want. This is me bringing my client to me. Instead of me going to my client and trying to make them comfortable, I need to be comfortable because I do this shit every day. They're here for 4 hours. They could be, in my opinion, your client can be not super uncomfortable, like upside down shit, but they can actually hold a position for you for 4 hours because you got to do it tomorrow. You got to do it the next day. So you keeping your comfort is the most important, because you're the one going to have health problems from you know, being all bent over and stuff like that too. If you guys have questions along the way, just let me know. Keeping your chair at a good height, adjusting your client to you. Like, don't, like I said, don't go to your client, pull your client to you, raise things up. Who tattoos? Ron used tattoos standing up.
I rate my massage people all the way up.
Yeah. And that you probably don't have many back problems or, yeah, exactly.
I mean, a lot of us old school guys, like, we didn't think our problems were we use barber chairs instead of the tables we have.
Yeah.
So nowadays it kind of cuts back a little bit. But
True.
like we were tattooing a leg back then, like you said,
Yeah,
we never thought about throwing it up here. Nowadays, guys, like, you know.
yeah, exactly. And bringing that
I'm
too.
never sure why barber chairs ever became so popular. They're so hard to
They're
tattoo.
terrible to work.
Yeah,
with.
they are.
We all used for
Mhm.
years, and I think that's why all of our hips sit to one side, because we would.
Well, back then nobody was even designing tattoo furniture either, so that was like our only option.
That's helped out with tattoo background.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I have a little section about that too, just conveniences we have nowadays as far as furniture and all that. Don't twist. Twisting is one of the worst things you can do. How many people twist when they tattoo? So you guys' setup literally is your client's here and your setup's back here, right? Or back here. You're doing this every time. Every fucking time. Boom. These are getting strong. This is getting strong, which is going to throw your body way, way off. So something I try to tell younger artists or older artists is stop twisting, switch it up. You should be literally here, just dip it, you know, from the side. So if you got to change the angle of your chair to get to the permanent countertop, do it, because it'll really save you. I think twisting is what really fucked me up a lot, tattooing. Quit leaning toward your client. Good work counter heights. So you guys get that pretty much. This is like, sure.
One of the things I've started doing is I got and Durb does it too, we've got our setup on a rolling station. So like one day I'll set up on my right side, the next day I'll set up on my left side.
Yeah.
So like by just changing those ergonomics every day.
They're just being
less
conscious of
sore.
that, not
Yeah.
for your
Yeah,
customer,
not
really,
doing
just being
anything
conscious.
For her.
But just moving my
Yeah.
station to the other
That's keeping you
side.
balanced.
But
yeah.
Durb has started working off the rolling station too.
Yeah.
I think that's like.
That's helped me a lot. A lot.
Your materials is if you would move your painting materials.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So all that, I mean, it's super important, you know. Okay, next is back and spine remedies. That's me probably trying to squeeze out a fart, hold my knees. I don't know what I'm doing there. You can do the chiropractor, you know. This is really good for tattooers, is the inversion tables, because mainly the way I look at it is you got like all this weight, but wherever your injury is, it'll, the traction of it. I can't do this because of where my herniation's about right here, my T7. So I have about this much weight to pull down, I guess, for my injury, if that makes sense. So what I do is I hang from straps. I thought I had an image up here for the straps, but I don't. But I hang from straps nowadays because it gives me, if I'm upside down, it gives me from my injury point to my feet that much weight to pull that herniation back in. I'm finally out of pain after, what, 3.5 years of like therapy kind of on myself. But those are some remedies. These are really good too, just to like loosen the muscles. You typically need somebody to help you out with that. What is this? Let's see. Some of these images might be too big. And you can do massage. Okay. You can do deep tissue massage. Anybody had a Thai yoga massage? Not with a happy ending, just Thai massage. Do it, because that's me and my wife love getting the Thai massages because it is a deep tissue massage, but it's also like a pressure that pushes you and things like that. Chiropractors are good. Anybody ever been to a kinesiologist? No? Okay. Kinesiologist is not going to just crack your back. They're going to look at you and your lifestyle. Like when I went to a kinesiologist, he goes, bet you're lactose intolerant. I was like, yeah, kind of. He goes, bet you haven't taken calcium one day in your life since you became lactose intolerant, huh? I was like, no. He's like, your spine's breaking down because you don't have calcium. So kinesiologist is, to me, he would only set me in the direction that my spine needed it, because I was twisting this way. So he started getting me moving back that way. So kinesiologist is good as well. Here's some floor stretches. These are just examples. Now, all these, you can make up whatever the hell you want. This is just some of the stuff that I do, obviously on a clean ground. I don't recommend you stretching on a tattoo studio floor, first of all, because cross-contamination. That's why I try to teach a lot more of the chair stretches. But these are just stretches you can do at home, you know, for your thighs, your back. This is a good one right here. Boom. Actual cobra pose. This is kind of what you guys want to do after you're done tattooing too, is reverse that hunch with activities that'll, you know, send you in the other direction. I got some different things up here. You guys are welcome to use these after. I'll keep these out. Anybody use rollers? All right, fuck yeah. Rollers are the shit. Yeah. So a variety of them. This is my favorite one. It's called a Rolga, because your spine can actually sit down in there and it gets the muscles. But there's a variety of them up here as well. So inversion tables, exercise balls, the rollers, super vital. I recommend studios having, not just at your house, but in the studio, have a mat with some of this stuff for the, like at Red Tree, we have the inversion table. We got a little like stretch area and stuff like that. Back and spine remedies, more of these objects. Boom. I brought one of those with me as well. Anybody seen one of these? Oof. These are the jam, because you can like pinpoint where your pain is and hold it on you. So these are all things. This is one of my favorite ones too, till you fall asleep on it, like I did one night, and it burned a hole in my fucking back. For real, just sat there grinding my skin off. So yeah, those are all things. I live under a heat blanket. Fawn, you know that. So the heat blanket, I'll just wrap around my lower back and stuff like that too. So treat yourself, you know, take care of your body, buy some things for you. Let's go to legs, calves, and thighs, because I got huge calves. Stretch on your break. This is important too. Like, you got time for yourself. If your client gets up to take a piss, like that gives you like 2 minutes to like actually stretch, take care of yourself. Stretch on a break, standing stretches, calf wall stretches like this. Oh no, I'm not, no. Okay, I thought I had my calf on there, but you get it, you know, take care of your body. It helps blood flow to the legs. Like I was saying too, touch, if you're gonna stand, if I'm in a tattoo shop and I want to, like, let's say touch my toes, I don't really want to do stretches where I'm like grabbing the bottom of my shoe, things like that. So just stay aware of those stretches, like when you're in a shop too, because your shoes are one of the most contaminated things in your whole workstation. Is your foot pedal. You know, if you're working foot pedals, your shoe just as dirty as your foot pedal. Knees. I've personally had knee surgeries. Anybody had knee surgery? No. Yeah, you? What'd you have? ACL. Damn. All right. Yeah, I've had both meniscus redone. Jiu-jitsu shit. But now I kind of feel a little bit of arthritis coming from my surgeries. I'm 49, so I think I'm right on point with that. Anybody have knee problems, knee pain? Is it from tattooing, you think, or from other activities? Jiu-jitsu, FUD. Yeah. Jiu-jitsu, right? Weightlifting. Yeah, that too. Yep. You'll fucking blow out your knees. Yep. Like squats. You can get tendonitis. We're talking about tendonitis. Anybody had tendonitis? That's pretty common, actually. Tendonitis really burns, fucking hurts. But you get tendonitis in your foot too. It's in your Achilles from your foot pedal. Typically it's a burning, swelling, inflammation, weakness, and skin fever you'll feel from the tendonitis, and arthritis actually. Best thing to do is to ice it. If you have tendonitis, ice it. Acupuncture is another good thing for it. These are some of the chair stretches. I don't know if you guys got enough room here to do some of these. Typically, like, if I got a little bit more room, I'll ask you guys, to stand up and see who can stretch. Like who can touch their toes? Do you guys all touch your toes? Huh? You can, yeah. Can you guys simply do that? I don't know how much room you guys have. You guys got room? Just a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, that one's, yeah. So this is because your hips are going to be so tight that this is stuff like, I'm not touching the bottom of my shoe, but my client's up taking a piss and my fucking legs are tight because I've been tattooing for 8 hours, you know? So chair stretches are really vital. Boom. And this is stuff you see John Mesa over here doing it as well. That's just one. That's one that I like, but you don't have to leave your chair to stretch. You don't have to go somewhere special for it. You know, you can do it right there. So easy twists and stretches in your chair. Don't stretch on dirty floors. Try to use a chair with like back support so you're not like, you know, falling out. These are other simple chair exercises. And I am touching the top of my shoe there. But those are other things too, literally. Like you can literally just stretch on the chair. So what I'm trying to say is like, you think it's hard to stretch, but you don't have to leave your chair, you know? And all these stretches, you can make them up for whatever is good for you. You can do the old twist. That felt good. And then you can use your chair for standing stuff too. So like if you want to stand up, just stand up and fucking stretch. It's funny that it's so easy for me to say that, but it's so hard for everybody to take 1 minute for themselves. Like, do you guys honestly stretch during your tattoo sessions? Anybody?
I do now just because I'm in so much pain already.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
because you almost have to now,
I
right?
have to every time they get up. I'm like, thank God, I need to.
Yeah.
You know,
So just start stretching. I know it's common sense, but it will help you in the long run. Stretch your spine, stretch your sides, do torso twists like I was just doing. Leg stretches like that are really easy. Make up your own stretches. And as always, don't stretch on the floor so you don't cross-contaminate yourself. These are simple. I like these like lower back, you know, chairs that can actually hit you where you can actually like bend over, you know, bend backwards. But that stretch right there is one of my favorite ones too, because it reverses the hunch in your spine. More twists, side twists. Boom. Stretches for the legs. These are just examples. I'm just reminding you guys to stretch, really. But these are all easy as shit to do. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just stretching, taking care of myself. Shoulders and neck. Anybody have shoulder issues? You got arthritis in your shoulder issues, what do you guys have? You got like an arthritis?
Yeah, I've got arthritis for the right shoulder.
In the right.
And then we're working right now to move like, so normally your neck curves this way,
Mhm.
years of tattooing, my neck curves the opposite way. So I think my chiropractor just try to do,
Yeah, 'cause your neck should go in here.
Yeah.
So yours is like,
yeah, this one is
yeah.
That's the first thing he's like, your neck bends the wrong way.
Yeah. And I'm going to use that as an example because if you would have raised your client all those years, yeah. So bringing your client just like that, but probably took 10, 15 years to really start developing problems with it. Yeah. So shoulders and neck are typically something I hear from other artists that are like, hey man, I'm having this pain. What pain do you have?
Well, I just rotated the shoulder like 3 times, but just tattooing, honestly.
Tattooing.
I'm always, just like
Holding that arm up the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what will do it too. What about you? Just,
I got ran
oh, well, that'll do it. Right. Yeah. So in your shoulder and neck, you can get tendonitis. You can get bursitis. So the bursa sac is a small liquid sac that's like in your shoulder. If it becomes inflamed, it makes it harder for the joints to move. Therefore, it gives you bursitis. Arthritis in the shoulder, like you got. You can take anti-inflammatories to help with this. There's also natural foods you can take, like almonds are a natural anti-inflammatory. Ibuprofen's a good one. Compressed neck, a lot of artists get that. Like you said, you have neck problems too. So bam, there it is. Shoulder and neck tension. Like I said, we all stay bundled up. So make sure you change your position and rest. As tattooers, we fucking grind all day. We don't rest. Typically, you'll take what, 1 day off for yourself? You're doing your drawings. shit like that. I always say being a tattoo artist is like being like a college student. Like you do your homework at night, that's your drawings and getting ready. Tomorrow's the test, making the tattoo on people. So being a tattoo artist is like being a constant student because you got to do your homework, you got to do the test the next day. So rest. Arms and elbows, we're gonna go through this quick. Tendonitis, same thing that we're talking about. A lot of people will get tendonitis right here in their elbow. Anybody had tendonitis in the elbow? It takes a while to go away too. It's fucking uncomfortable as shit. Is that what you do? Okay, yeah. I had to do acupuncture to get rid of it before, and I got it from kayaking one time, and I was like, what the fuck? And then we were in London. I had to like go to like a acupuncturist over there.
How quickly does acupuncture help?
So it didn't help right away. It literally probably took 2 to 3 weeks.
Like, did you do it one time? And
I did it twice. I did it twice over there. 3 days. It was 3 days apart that I did it, but I noticed it didn't relieve till like 2-3 weeks later. But that's the only thing that seemed to really help because I was doing ice and resting. The acupuncture helped because what it does is it creates a trauma that your body goes to like fix, repair and stuff. So elbows are something you get tendonitis in from like, just tattooing, arthritis, anti-inflammatories help, ice and acupuncture, which is what helped me. To right around there.
It's got like a little ball in there. You put it right where
So
that spot
push,
is,
yeah.
and you tighten it, it'll-
Okay.
they actually-
That's
believe it or not,
interesting.
Interesting how fast it will work.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah, it forces your, like, it pushes down on one tendon and it blocks the blood flow, so it forces the blood flow to go somewhere else, so it like changes where it's pain.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense because the whole time I had that tendonitis here, I was like, I was like pushing it. That's the only thing that like made it feel good. It was like putting like a
they sell
pressure on
little
it.
bracelet for it, so like if you're tattooing, and it's something nice you can wear while you're tattooing.
Yeah. And that's what you did.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. For months. That's how long it takes to get rid of it. Yeah. It takes a while. So yeah, that's arms and elbow. Positioning while tattooing, we've talked about this. It's pretty common sense. But things like that too, like if positioning your client would prevent your neck problems probably. So bring your client to you, like we talked about, no twisting or hunching. Try to stay aware of this. It's easy to do. Keep your chair at a good height. Adjust the client to you. Bring your client to you. Your positioning while working, super important. Keep your work area in front of you. Like I said, don't need it back here. Don't do that. So anybody doing that, go like make today your last time you ever twist more than this. Boom. So that's highly important. That's what will catch up with you more than anything. So we were talking about ergonomic furniture, things like that. So there's different ergonomic chairs and stools, Mayo tables, things that they're doing nowadays for tattooing, not just barber chairs like we were all talking about. The newer generation, you guys coming into tattooing, it's a whole different world. You guys have so many like comforts and things like that with tattooing that you should take advantage of it. Get the best chair, get this, because it makes a difference in the long run, In my opinion, I mean, we work off the Tat Soul chairs right now, and they have a little bit of a saddle kind of feel to them.
You guys have the bar that kind of helps you.
They have different ones. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about, where you can almost like lean on it. You can,
that new one that comes all the way up. It's not that bar, but it's just square.
so it sits on his front, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I was getting ready to say that too. Yeah, it's like you can turn your chair around too and kind of like lean on it, and sometimes that keeps you from hunching too much too. If you're just like on the pad, it's still weird.
I don't know, I guess I'm still.
Yeah,
I
you
see
probably
one
want
of
to.
those chairs in for a while. I remember when he came out tattooing, he was just looked at like, and
The
Bill
fuck
Graham
is-
was like, just put a regular fucking chair in there.
Yeah, is that when we were there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like, yeah, so I mean, get the new chairs, they sound good, but someone like us would be really awkward.
Try to over
I think
design.
we would maybe overcorrect and
Yeah.
cause more problems.
Well, sometimes this stuff could be designed from people that don't tattoo. They're just like, I have this idea for a chair, but I haven't spent 10 years in a chair tattooing. So it's things like that. It might conceptually look good, but then the function of it's like, nah, dude, it's making me hunch.
Well, I think sometimes the function, like, some of the apprentices, if they start out with, it's gonna be great, but you got somebody like us who's been tattooing for years.
We're
it's
used to
already
the,
somewhat too late, and then, we'll start to almost use different muscles to try to hold that position.
Yeah.
Versus just set into it.
exactly, yeah. And that's what it is really, is like when you're sitting there, like I said earlier, like when you're a tattooer, you're literally like shutting off half your body. I'm not using this. Sure, I'm sitting here, but the real one I'm using this. So your whole upper body is where you're going to get most of your pain from, mainly from twisting. So nowadays, like I said, we have so much more options for furniture. You should take advantage of it or stand up like Ron. So they make, let me show you some of these like that. Like that would be a perfect, like just a little standing, workstation. I know Phil Holt works like that too, because he's had back problems. So you guys can stand up and tattoo. It really depends on what you want to do. But those are some examples. Like obviously you guys know that I produce these. These are true grips, and those are not furniture, but they're things that absorb like harmful vibrations when you're tattooing. So you're not getting as many, carpal tunnel issues and things like that. These are the chairs that we never had back in our day, really, not like that. These are the chairs that I like. You asked about that. This is pretty much the exact one that I use. It's like that. It's got a little bit of a saddle, but it's also, like I said, with a back on it and stuff like that too. This can help you by simply having a back on your chair. If you push your ass back far enough, it will make you have good posture. So staying tight to your chair may be a good idea for you. And like Fawn was mentioning, we work off not like this, but this is just a Mayo stand, but bringing something to you rather than having like a stationary thing where you're like, shit. All right, and you have to do it. So buy things that work for your setup and for your body. It'll improve your comfort. The grips absorb vibrations. Everything's going to help with better posture, even standing up. Nerve damage is what I have. I got a few things wrong with my body from tattooing, and I'm going to tell you guys something you probably never even thought about before. So nerve damage is pinched nerves. They could be relieved, but you can't repair a damaged nerve. The only thing that really repairs stem cells. Who was talking about stem cells? You, yeah. So stem cells are one of the only things that can truly kind of repair a damaged nerve if it's still repairable. But once there's nerve damage, it's done. It's going to be there. You can relieve it a little bit, but once you get to that point, you're fucked. I'm fucked. So one of the things that I deal with, let me see here. I don't deal with sciatica. Let's go on with sciatica. I'm going to get to my point. So sciatica right here, you'll see comes out of the L4, boom, right here. And a lot of times, where's your wallets sit? Right here. You're going to be sitting on your sciatica. Anybody have sciatica nerve pain? That's nasty. And it just hurts does it make your foot burn? Yeah, exactly. But the sciatica will make your foot burn. Who had it? You do too? What you have sciatica? You got sciatica? Yeah. And that shit's painful too. To make your whole leg burn. Yeah. What about you? What the hell is going on with you guys? Jesus. I'm going to make a seminar on like how not to get hit by a car as a tattoo artist. Is that what it is? You guys both get hit in Yellow Spring? Yeah. So yeah, sciatica is one of the things you're going to deal with. All right, so I'm going to talk about this. And this is your femoral nerve. Anybody know what the femoral nerve is? Yeah. Okay, so your femoral nerve, you have your sciatic nerve, comes out of your L4 down. Your sciatic nerve comes from that same area and goes over your hips and down the front of your legs. That's where, even before my spine issues started really bothering me, I started dealing with numbness and almost like a paralysis in my left leg, to where I was like catching it on like little shit and it wasn't like firing the same way. It's because I've developed a condition called myalgia paresthetica, and that's a compression of my femoral nerve right here in my hip, which shuts off the rest of my leg pretty much with that nerve. It used to be super painful when it first started happening because I didn't realize what was causing it. And one of the things I'm going to tell you guys is if you're wearing a thick belt, thick leather belt, and you have a little bit of excessive weight on you, people don't realize is tight belt, everybody keep your pants up. And when you're tattooing and you're leaning forward with a hard belt, it literally turns into your femoral nerve. And it'll compress that femoral nerve so bad that it'll shut it off. It's pretty painful, causes numbness. So one thing that I recommend to tattoo artists too is like either wear sweatpants and like loose pants, loosen your belt, don't wear a belt, things like that. Nick Baxter actually started tattooing in like workout pants and sweats and like loose fitting kind of athletic wear while he's tattooing to prevent, because he started having pain like that. And I actually talked to him. I'm like, dude, you probably, I'm like, you tattooing with a fucking tight belt on? He's like, I don't loosen my belt. So then with your gut, a lot of tattoo artists, you know, with all respect, can be overweight. Yeah, we eat a lot of pizza. Yeah, exactly. So with that excess of weight, it can push your belt into your femoral nerve over time. Might probably happen over 20 years, whatever. Didn't even think about it.
Part of like what it's been, all this take care of yourself, like going to the gym and trying to prevent all those things that go in there, and then like eating correct, because like
Yeah.
our eating schedule sucks because we're worried about taking care of
Yeah.
the client.
Yep.
They ate right before they got there. We haven't ate all day, but we're like, oh, let's just knock
Yeah.
it out 6 hours.
You're worried about everything but yourself.
Yeah.
As a tattoo artist, typically, and that's, I forget who I was telling this to earlier, like your clients will take every minute you have. They'll let you schedule them starting at 10 p.m. and work till 4 a.m. The next dude will be like, oh yeah, 7 a.m. Take care of yourself, you know, like make time for yourself, like that. Go to the gym, things like that. Because if you're overworking yourself, you're going to start having fucking problems. And it might come from your belt. You might not know it. And then your legs numb the rest of your life. That's me last week eating a cheeseburger. But that, like that, you know, like the overweight with these hard leather belts, like think of what he's compressing just within that. Because a lot of your nerves do run through here, you know, through your hips. Remove your wallets. That's my wallet. I wish. Yeah, that's all ones for the strip club. So we talked about sciatica. That comes out of your L4 nerve. Moralgia paresthetica. That's what we talked about. So loosen your belts. Most likely you want to deal with that. That's the femoral nerve. Loosen your belts. Loosen your clothing. Remove your wallet. Lose weight. Eyes and optic. Anybody have eye problems? Is it from tattooing, you think? No. Oh, really? Wow. Anybody else? That sounds, you probably can take the cake with that. Okay, near and far. In each eye. Okay, what about same? Yeah, I've noticed my sight just within the last like 3 years starting to change a little bit because I'm older.
Well, also taking
Mhm.
care of your health and what you eat for your sight too, because
Yep.
diabetic can really
Yeah.
affect it.
Diabetes is one of the
They
leading
started
things
saying,
for.
like that was kind of my blood sugar was starting to affect why my
Yeah.
sight's starting to go down. and stuff.
I had a friend that kind of went blind from being diabetic like years and years ago. Yeah, until she started getting on more medicine and started helping.
I never wore glasses until about 3 years ago. from diabetes.
Oh, okay,
It's a
yeah.
real light prescription, but I've always had perfect.
It's like a macular degeneration. Yeah, over time. So yeah, diabetes is definitely one of the serious ones. And you can give yourself diabetes by not eating right as a tattooer.
Most tattooers don't eat right because of our schedules.
Yeah, and that could lead to diabetes. I gotta watch because I drink a lot of sugars and stuff. But so yeah, let's talk about the eyes a little bit. So nearsighted, that's what pretty much all of us are going to be. Being tattoo artists, we've trained our eyes to be nearsighted. This is farsighted. Obviously, you can see things further away. This is an example. Nearsighted, you're going to see things. Artists, we're going to see the art part of it, the pencil. Looking further away, a lot of us can't see far away, you know, as well as we can up close, is because the muscles in our eyes have been trained to be more nearsighted. You can do eye exercises, take a break while you're tattooing, look off in the distance. You probably know all this stuff too. But also I tell people to focus on colors, lights, shapes, just kind of not just looking at like a flat wall at a distance, but like try to make things out. So eye exercises are important, especially after you're done tattooing. Take a little bit of time to look around, like stay conscious. It's easy to say, but it's easier said than done. And this whole seminar is a do as I say, not as I've done, you know, because I'm not perfect either. Focus on distances, focus on details and colors, eyes and optics. Lighting when you're tattooing is a huge thing. Mainly not creating a hand shadow. So everybody works with a lamp. I see so many tattoo artists that are right-handed with a lamp on the right-hand side, creating a shadow, thinking it's proper when it should be over here, hitting properly. So lighting is important. It's going to help your eyesight. It's going to help your precision in tattooing. You mainly want a white light, not a yellow light. You'll see how the yellow light, it should be gray. The yellow light will turn it yellow. Obviously, it'll give you a false sense of your colors. Good lighting is key. Try to use a white or not light. Keep it across from your tattooing hand so you don't create a shadow, prevent hand shadows. Nice and simple. Digital technology, sure.
So one of the reasons that the different lighting is so important incandescent or like fluorescent or like harsh electronic lights around you all day long, your eyes get really stressed
Mhm.
half the time.
Yeah.
So daylight stimulating, if you just like look for that keyword on all the like all the so much eye stress, like even fluorescent like this, if you just put daylight bulbs in them and they're like 10% more, it'll make your headaches will be gone, your eyes won't be tired, and it's just you don't even have to change the way you work. By bulbs that are good for your eyes.
Yeah.
And that's not only just for your tattooing, like, you know, but for overall
Just in
light
general.
studio. Like, and we had installed in one of our rooms because we were trying it out, but they actually now sell lights you can put in your entire studio.
Yeah.
They change throughout the day. You can sit on a timer, so it has 3 different light settings, so that way it doesn't, your eye doesn't get.
Also, it's not just the one
Yeah, so it
consistent.
changes levels of light throughout the day, but gradually, so you don't even realize. It.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
it's kind of like she was
So it's
saying,
like an
being
automatic eye
outside.
exercise almost, where it's
Yeah,
changing
like
it up
being
on you.
outside because you're not underneath that same light
Yeah.
vibration all day that you get a different thing.
Yeah.
So that's a new option that they've come out with too. And
That's
like,
awesome. I didn't heard of that.
that will actually just change, like you were saying, so it gives you more that natural perspective of the day going past.
Circadian rhythm.
Yeah,
Circadian rhythm. I need.
Yeah, so your sleep is better.
Oh, okay. See.
yeah, that's what it's for. It's supposed to.
Told you I'm not Dr. Durb. But
When
no,
all the
yeah.
powers unite.
And the lighting is something that can catch up on you too. If you're struggling through light, your eyes are going to get bad. You know, so proper lighting is important. If you're using the OT lights, those are good. But if you're using like a yellow light, go back to your shop and get rid of it and get the right, right stuff. Or even look at your studio, like you said, studio bulbs. So yeah, that's eyes and optics. This is one of the things I just threw in here that I personally think is affecting my eyes over the years now is digital technology. Bright lights at night, looking at your phone. I honestly think that's kind of fucking people's eyes up nowadays, is like digital technology and being on your iPads, your phones. How many people lay in bed at night on their phone? Bright ass light, so it's things like that. So bright light in your eyes, blue light keeps you awake at night, things like that. So I just want to throw that in there because I think that that's something that's affecting people's eyes nowadays. Eye diseases. Anybody get floaters in their eyes yet? Like my old ass. Yeah. Where you see like what was that? And it's just like a fucking something, or I'll think something's moving, but it's just like a pretty much something in my eye. So glaucoma is very real. Glaucoma can come from an excess of light in your eye as well. That's why I put that digital part in there, because glaucoma can come from that. Eye floaters are what I was talking about. A lot of people get those as you get older. Allergic conjunctivitis typically is where you'll get an eye infection, something you're allergic to. Macular degeneration, we've talked about that. Age really is something you can't really prevent. As you get older, your eyes are gonna fucking go out, just in general. See an eye doctor regularly. We talked about vitamins for your eyes. So like I said, a lot of this is common sense, but if you guys can add some of these supplements to your daily, how many people take vitamins every day? Like every day, religiously. Yeah. I make what I call my old guy shakes nowadays. It's got like spirulina, chlorella. I use powdered, so I don't get like put a whole thing of kale and all this shit in there. I'll use powdered greens, powdered reds, powdered fruits. What's that?
I just started using powdered green.
Yeah. And then you can just drink the shit and get all your nutrition. You can get all these vitamins in you. So my thing is like, I'll make my coffee, but I'll also be making my shakes in the morning. A lot of those have the vitamins in them that I need. So that's a pointer, but those are just foods that'll help your eyes, because you can't see, you can't tattoo. Bottom line. How many people do conventions? I don't. I would never do. So conventions are another kind of like point where like you're eating shitty food, you're not sleeping, you're partying, you're in a fucking, with all due respect, because I put on convention, you're in a little fucking booth, trying to get your drawing done and talk to people. And it's just, it can wear your ass out. It can put you in bad physical moments with like little fold up chairs and stuff. So yeah, exactly. So conventions alone, like if you do conventions, take care of yourself at conventions too, just like you would at your studio. Don't just be like, oh, there's McDonald's there down the escalator. Let me stay up till 4 a.m. fucking drinking whiskey, which is fun. But,
They're good for the fun part.
so this is where do as I say, not as I've done. So I've been up to 4 a.m. at pretty much every convention. Eating well at conventions. Go do some food shopping before you get there, so you can create some healthy meals for you to eat. Every room's got a fridge. So a lot of times we'll empty the fridge out, put our own food in there, and then we check out. We'll put it all back. Snacks to keep your clear head. That way, when you're tattooing, you're fucking starving. I usually keep like granola bars, things like that in my backpack too. Just little things where if you're like, what's wrong with me? Why am I? And then you're like, oh, I haven't fucking eaten in like 8 hours. That's cool because I'm so distracted I didn't even know it. So keep little snacks with you at conventions. No energy drinks, and try to drink plenty of water while you're at conventions too. I call it convention survival. You see Megan's all hunched over. So is he. So we call it convention survival. What's that, Megan? Yeah. But yeah, exactly. So that's why I use both of them. But I mean, you can like, it's just not optimal to tattoo at conventions, unfortunately. Even though I put them on, it's not the best. Yeah, exactly. Unless you're a local shop, we'll see local shops bring in their chairs and drive stuff in. That helps. But convention survival is a big thing. 3 to 4 days in a small booth really fuck you up. You want to make sure you stretch, you move. We're gonna get into digital coaches. Anybody uses digital coaches? Anybody know what digital coaching is? Talk about that. Try to use the local gym or the pool. You know, if they got something there for you, take a second for yourself. This is another good one too. Take the stairs when you can. Where'd it go? Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, elevator? We're only up 6 floors. Like, I haven't moved all fucking day. I'm like, do I really need an elevator? Let me get some fucking blood flowing. Yeah, exactly. So try to just proactive ways of thinking. Anybody allergic to latex? You are? Yeah. Yep, exactly. That's a contact dermatitis and stuff like that. Yeah. So that's becoming something within tattooing. So more tattooers are becoming, you know, allergic to latex, because latex allergies are like lead poisoning. So when you have lead poisoning, your body can never really truly get rid of that lead. So once you've built up so much lead in your body, that's when you get like an intolerance and allergic reaction to it. And you can't really filter lead out of your body. That's why I take spirulina, chlorella, believe it or not, in those old guy shakes I talked about, because those pull out heavy metals and things out of your body. So you can do things like that. But once you develop a lead allergy, much like latex allergies are going to be the same thing. Once you develop one, you probably always have it, right? Do you have to watch waistbands on like socks and underwear that have latex in them? Are you that bad? But yeah, so, but it does affect you, right? Yeah. Yeah. So latex allergy is like this. It's like once you develop it, it will always be there. Mainly latex allergies typically come from osmosis, from absorbing through your body, or taking your gloves off. If you use like a powdered latex glove and you inhale that latex powder, it just stays in you. And then eventually you'll develop problems with it and stuff like that too. So skin allergies over time. Anybody get eczema? I get eczema. My eczema comes from food allergies though. Yeah. So if I drink milk or if I have too many like almonds and shit like that, I'll get eczema. What gives you guys eczema?
Just in the winter, dry skin.
Dry skin. Yeah. Do you notice it if you're dehydrated or stressed?
I tend to get more dehydrated in the winter.
Okay. Yeah.
Overdrink in the winter.
Yeah. What about you? When's yours flare up?
And when I wear my gloves all day and I sweat under them, it gets
Right there.
on my hair.
Show them. You guys see that? But that, yeah, no, what I'm saying, that could be a, do you use nitrile or latex?
Just a mix of both.
Okay, and you
I
find,
don't really see a difference.
What-
When I use one, like I was told it's just sweat buildup under my gloves.
Yeah.
And like, I think I have allergies that are really hard to like.
yeah, do you take any for it or anything?
I just put
Or
vitamins
like-
and stuff on.
yeah,
Nothing really
Like a
helps.
skin steroid? Yeah. So things like that, like that's a very real thing. Do eczema, psoriasis, give you a skin rash. It's allergic contact dermatitis is essentially what it is. And like we spoke about, it's like lead poisoning pretty much for your body. Alternatives, there's you guys can see even just put on a glove, boom. So I recommend like powder-free gloves no matter what, because that's like one of the only ways you're going to prevent it rather than going to, you know, a nitrile glove. Latex powder clouds, try to use powder-free gloves. Client allergies as well. Sometimes you got to cater it to your client. Sometimes your client will be allergic to nitrile where you're like, shit, what do I use? Vinyl, latex. So vinyl gloves are an alternative. Hand washing, we're gonna go over this really quick. Everybody knows how to wash their hands, right? Anybody know what interdigitizing is? Yep, exactly. Yeah, this inner digitizing. Yep. Instead of just washing this surface, rinsing.
Not something you do for a daytime.
No. Right. So washing your hands is important. Wet and apply the soap. You guys know how to do that. You guys know how to leather your hands up front and back. Inner digitizing the fingers. Washing under the fingernails if you have a brush. Some people want the brushes. Scrub your hands. Don't just soap and rinse 30 seconds. This is all common sense stuff, especially since the pandemic. Rinse your hands and your nails. Dry your hands with a new cloth. Boom. Diet of the artist. How many people eat this every day? Good answer. How many people eat a salad every day? No, I was eating salad at like fucking midnight last night. Salads. So anyways, this is what we should be eating. This is what most tattoo artists eat because this is quick and tasty as fuck usually. And this is not so quick if you got to make a salad and people just don't like the taste of salad. But diet of the artist, pack your lunch. If you're not around somewhere you can go eat healthy, pack a lunch, drink plenty of water. Use quick, healthy alternatives. Order healthy foods through Uber Eats, things like that. When I was fucking first tattooing, you guys can attest to this. We had pizza and fucking subs. That was it. You guys have the opportunity for like Uber Eats, DoorDash, all this shit, where we didn't have that before.
You guys out back now.
Right? Yeah, for real. Yeah. But that's where our generation of tattooers, I think, they were less healthy. They were more overweight because you didn't have healthy alternatives to eat. So you would eat like shit. Huh?
Most tattoo artists back then were bigger.
Yeah, they were exactly. Yeah, like 90s tattoo artists were just all of them were almost overweight. Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But you would throw all this shitty food in your face and then you would go sit down. Does that do anything for your metabolism? Nothing, you know? So just try to eat better. That's my stomach. So excessive weight will lead, we talked about diabetes earlier. It's not always from weight. Sometimes it's just hereditary too. Like we have diabetes in our family too, which I didn't realize till my mom made me work. Is neuralgia paresthetica is another precursor for diabetes, which I've had my blood tested and all that. But my mom at that point, when I told her, she's like, you know, we got diabetes in our family, right? I'm like, no. She's like, you know, your great aunt had her legs cut off, right? I'm like, the fuck? You should have told me when I was like 10 years old. So, but yeah, diabetes is a big thing. Skin conditions, heart attacks, heart failure, and sleep apnea. Anybody know what sleep apnea is, right? Does anybody deal with sleep apnea? Yeah, scary shit, isn't it? Yeah. So I've had a little bit of sleep apnea here and there. Depends on, but I'll wake up like, like try to catch your fucking breath. Almost feels like you're dying. But excessive weight could typically do that too. Diet of the artist. We're gonna keep going with this. Pretty common sense. Pack your food. Do delivery. Pack nutritional bars. Make a smoothie. You got the smoothie bar open in here? No, not yet. Next week. So again, fast, easy meals. I know we're going over a lot of diet here, but that's a huge thing for artists. Nutritional bars, meats and cheeses, almonds, fruit snacks, Uber Eats. Keep going on about the diet. Multivitamins are a huge thing. I'm 49. People ask how I'm still looking somewhat young, besides silver hair. And honestly, I go, fucking multivitamins. Like literally waking up at the JC, you've been healthy as shit all your whole life. Do you take vitamins? Yeah. Have you been taking vitamins kind of like? Yeah.
The only thing that's safe for you guys, but at the end of the day, like I work construction, so my body is like cool.
Yeah.
Same as you guys, like you rely solely from the toe.
Yeah. 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 So one of the things I tell people too is like, how are you staying young? How are you staying healthy? I go multivitamins, because when you take vitamins, one of the ways you're going to age is from your cells breaking down from free radicals and not having the vitamins they need to not break down. So if you take vitamins every day of your life, typically you'll age a little slower because your cells have what they need to not age. Does that make sense? What do I take? I take both. I'd have to show you my cabinet of everything I take. But I do take multivitamins, like natural food multivitamins. And then I take magnesium, like I said, chlorella, spirulina, magnesium, B complex vitamins. I mean, I got so much shit I take. I take calcium every day now. I take potassium nitrate for like muscles and firing. There's so much shit that I take, but it's all catered to things that I think my body needs, you know. But basically, a multivitamin will give you what you need through the day. You can throw extra things on there. You don't want to take too much calcium, because if you take too much calcium, it will actually build up in your joints. So you need to kind of know what you're doing there a little bit too. But yeah, I take a lot of shit. Like I should put that out online, just like you probably see my cabinet.
Oh yeah, when we travel,
It's like
it takes him like 10 minutes to put all of his. It's like, are you making a
Yeah,
potion?
yeah, exactly. Vitamin D3. I mean, there's so much shit that I take. Pretty much about this much. I literally probably take about this much every day of pills, and it's all just natural shit, and I feel fucking great. But the shakes are the big thing too, because I can throw a banana and get like actually fiber and stuff like that in there as well. Drink water, eat more fruit. The water will help aid digestion. It'll help hydrate the skin, like we were talking about. Taking multivitamins, water. So vitamins and water are key to keep you from aging so quickly. In a fridge, do you guys have a fridge here? Things like that. So I recommend shops to have like a little refrigerator, you know, where people can put their lunches in. I hate when fucking artists though, like leave their old ass food in the fridge. So that's always, yeah, that's always a fucking issue. Is like, oh, dude, I've thrown fridges out of my shop because people leave fucking food in there. You hear me, yeah, at the shop. We're all on point.
There was an incident.
That was that beer or whatever was in there. Nate Marty left a can of beans open in it, and I opened it. I'm like, farted in here, like fucking hell. But
now it's like coffee creamer and lunch.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but these are ways for you guys to eat well at your shop. If you don't have time to go out, you got 10 minutes to go back there between your appointments and put something in the microwave or grab something fresh out of the fridge. So I believe shops should have a small refrigerator, microwave, little ways for you guys to stay healthy. Water machine, snacks, more bottled waters. Stress. Who was I talking to about the stress of being a tattooer earlier? Is it you? How many people are stressed when they tattoo or preparing for a tattoo or anything? How many people get stressed from tattooing? And it's totally fucking normal. You know why? Because you have expectations from other people on you to do something permanent on their body, and they got a time that they demand of you, you know? So it can, the stress and the burnout out of tattoo artists is real. Social media stress. How many people get stressed out on social media shit? And I think that's a common thing because you're comparing yourself to, I gotta post, you know, and I'm guilty of it. We're all guilty of it. But social media stress is something new that we're all kind of dealing with. You have client expectations, like you got to be on point. You got your drawing done, you got a tattoo. So clients can stress you out, with all due respect, but like the expectations from clients, like I said, they'll take every minute of your day. So you need to find time for yourself so you don't burn out. Comparing yourself to other artists, that's another reason people can burn out or not feel they're good enough. Or stop comparing yourself to people. You know, when you're tattooing, just be happy you're fucking tattooing. Do the best you can and try to learn. But something that stresses a lot of artists out is like, I can't do that the way he does it. I'll never be him. He's getting all the media. Fucking who cares? If you're a tattoo artist, you should be happy that you're even part of this lifestyle and part of making your own scheduling and doing whatever the fuck you want. And like, if you're a tattoo artist, you have so much more freedom that people at Taco Bell don't have, or, you know, like normal jobs. So don't compare yourself. Do your best, do your thing, be yourself. That's what will bring a new style of tattooing or a whole new look, is not comparing yourself to other people, you know. Long work hours, we all know that can burn you out. Oh, let me go back. And then we're talking about the foods. So you could be starving during the day. That'll stress you out. Stress and anxiety, because we think about a lot. Meditation's good. There's some acupuncture. Anybody done cupping on their back? No? You've done it? Yeah. So that shit gets real deep. Yeah. So stress and anxiety. Anxiety, who deals with anxiety? I do. I do a lot of shit. You don't think I'm stressed, anxiety ridden? And I think just being a tattoo artist can do that sometimes. So anxiety will make it hard to breathe. You'll feel overwhelmed, like you can't keep up with all your drawings and everything. You feel a sense of doom. You tense muscles. Things that help: diet, exercise, sleep. Those are the key. And actually, I've talked to doctors. They say that diet, exercise, and sleep are comparable to any kind of anti-anxiety medicine that you're going to have. Typically, you'll have anxiety because your body's tired, your mind's tired, things like that. Sleep, diet, and exercise are comparable to like taking Xanax to help you with your stress and shit like that. It really is. Massage and acupuncture we've talked about. Have extra activities. How many people do something? How many people have like an extracurricular activity? Yeah. What are they? What do you got? Read. Yeah. So it switches the gear for you. Yeah. What about you? Yeah. Who else was next? You. Bowling. Yeah. Exactly. Get you moving. Yep. Who else? Who's got extra?
Meditation.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and that fucking helps too a lot. Anybody else?
Well, my guy told me I ride, like she was saying, ride my motorcycle, and I used to do a couple set trips every year. And then being starting the expo and everything, I've been so busy, I haven't done. And a couple of my guys are like, man, I mean, hate to say it, man, but you're kind of easier to work for when you were taking your motorcycle
Doing shit.
trips, because those trips reduce that anxiety. And so my year, I'd take off for a week and leave it all.
Gets rid of the stress.
And I haven't done them, and everybody's noticed. They're like, dude, I mean, the only thing
Getting
different is
aggro.
you've been doing your trips, man. I'm like, but you know, that kind of can be stressful when you get to a certain point, because like we were talking earlier, like you're trying to get everything done.
And if you're out for 2-3 hours,
for 2 days, it takes you 2 days to realize that you're allowed to have that trip for yourself. Like I think that's one thing that we're.
But the expectations from others make you go, I gotta get the fuck back and do my drawing and stop having fun for myself.
Riding
You know,
motorcycle,
and you should work hard. I'm not telling you guys to not work hard.
working hard is key.
Working hard is a key. If you work hard, you can play hard. That's the way I look at it. You know, you do jujitsu. That's your only like.
Well, like that last thing, so.
Yeah, but that's your main outlet. Yeah. Anybody else? Okay, yeah. I suggest some kind of like physical activity. Reading's great, but I suggest getting out some of that stress, you know, getting out and doing something, whether it's walking, swimming. Enjoy the moment. Like I said, enjoy the moment of being a tattooer. Don't stress too much, because we're in a fucking fortunate position where we're at, even have found tattooing. Daily exercise is very important. You can either exercise in the mornings, which I don't normally do. Exercise after work, to me, that's one of the most important times to exercise, or to like break the cycle of tattooing and doing business. Exercise after work, it also gives you, it like switches your gears. And then after you're done working out, you can be like, okay, now I can go home and sit back down and get on this. So help.
Makes you more effective. Don't you feel like days, like if you come straight from the shop and go home and you got to draw tomorrow's appointment, you're just like
slug
you
you
got a
out.
half hour just fucking around the house. Where if you go to the gym for a half hour, you come home, you're
reset you.
and ready to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'm a big guy with exercise, you know, and I exercise for myself, but I think I exercise too to control my anxiety. You know, even my wife, if I'm getting like kind of like grumpy, she'll be like, go fucking train. Which she wants me to go get my ass beat pretty much. But then she knows, like she knows that I almost like need to exercise. You guys, you probably just like that too. Like I have to have that. If I don't have that, it'll affect my fucking job and you know, like how I'm functioning. So
I tell people I go to the gym daily for the mental aspect. The physical is just a bonus.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like honestly, do you do jujitsu to be a tough guy? You do it for the physical aspect, the mental aspect, and it helps you deal with things out here better. So just like all this, so helps you stay healthy and improves your mood, controls your weight. It's going to help you live longer and feel better. Here's some of the exercises: abs and back. This right here, I have this machine at my house. If you guys can get this machine for a tattooer, because it's the reverse, what is it, reverse fly or whatever they call it, hyper fly. Yeah, hyper extension. Yeah, so that's a good one. Deadlifts to me are one of the most important weightlifting things for a tattooer. Anybody do deadlifts? I'm sure you guys do. Yeah, one of the most beneficial things for your whole body overall. So if you guys lift weights, cool. Start doing deadlifts, honestly. If you don't lift weights, try it. Whether you're at your house lifting little shit, but keep your body strong.
And lifting weights doesn't mean you have to go in there and try to lift heavy.
I don't lift heavy.
It's just the
I lift-
number and the
Yeah,
consistency of it.
exactly.
I
Yeah.
guess a lot of people are fearful, like, well, I don't want to go there and be. a
I have to
tough
go in
guy.
and kill it.
It's not about being a tough
No.
guy. It's just about movement.
It's literally about like the longevity of it. Like if you go in and you lift weights heavy as fuck, thinking like, oh, I'm getting into weightlifting, and you just crush it. It's not fun. It doesn't feel good. So make this shit just like a lifestyle change. You know, work out every day if you have to, or every other day. Extracurricular activities, go running, you go swimming, do different yoga, or take up a class like that.
That's the fun thing. Now-
Seriously.
now all
Like quit doing jujitsu and start doing this, bro. Yeah, you've been waiting for that, right? And then obviously that's what I'm going to do to FUD later. Yeah, good luck, motherfucker. So like a lot of us, I have noticed a lot of tattooers getting into jujitsu because the movement, the cardio aspects of it. There's a different camaraderie with somebody you're trying to choke and trusting them with your life. And yeah, exactly. So just take up something. Does anybody do yoga? Yoga. Boom. Yeah. Anybody lift weights? Who lifts? No. Anybody do jujitsu? Just us 3, 4? Yeah. What do you?
I did jujitsu from '88 till about 3 or 4 years ago. You know, I just
Oh shit, black belt?
yeah.
Oh, right. Fuck yeah. So you know the benefits of it too. Yeah.
Now you're getting talked back into getting into the classes.
Yeah.
So you just
I need
volunteered the
to
wrong
lose weight and do
information.
vitamins.
Yeah, I need my vitamins, my water, and then I'm good. So yeah, just take up extracurricular activities. Anybody know what digital coaches are? You got them on you right now. Yep, you got your watch. You got your phones. You can set reminders to eat. Yeah. Hey Siri, remind me to eat at 3 p.m. You hear my phone go off every day at 2 p.m. It says order food. Your clients, your appointments, your lifestyle can all be, if you forget about it, there's something like we're so fortunate nowadays to have that instead of a dial-up phone. These can do shit for you. These can schedule things. They can remind you to eat. They can remind you to stretch, all that shit. So use digital coaches a lot.
Hydration apps are great too.
Like drink water, like shit like that.
You're drying out.
Yeah. It's things like that. So utilize your phone, not just for like your phone, but like set timers every day and make it a persistent lifestyle.
It's cool now, there's so many
But
tools.
you already setting your alarms and shit.
I just looked at, I've seen how
Yeah.
I had set for all my meals.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
So digital coaches are a way to not forget to eat, not to forget to stretch, things like that. And you can set it up every day. Apple Watch, like, is that an Apple Watch you got on? Yeah.
And again, they can be all, just like working out, you can adapt all these to fit what style of working out or what style of digital coaching you
Yeah,
need. You know?
Exactly. Yeah. So if it's about food, you're like, I'm not
Time is
eating
probably-
right.
I never even thought about that, but like to literally just to say, hey, stop and eat.
Yeah.
Because I'll get done and it'll be 11 o'clock at night and I'm like, oh shit. And then at that point,
Exactly.
what do you eat? Because everything's closed.
Everything's closed.
So you know,
That's my problem getting out of training. Like everything's fucking closed when I go to eat, like at night. So yeah, start using your phones and your watches as digital coaches to help you with any of this stuff that we've talked about. And there's apps, like she was saying, that can manage your water drinking and all that good stuff. Old habits die hard. Who smokes cigarettes? Fuck yeah, bro. Weren't we talking about that? You smoke cigarettes still? Oh, okay. Yeah. Like Andy, what the hell? Yeah. Well, that's good.
I promise I quit.
Yeah.
He was thinking about still smoking until you just called it.
Yeah, right. I used to smoke cigarettes like a dummy, but it came from like kind of high school habits and just stupid ass shit, you know? So I look at cigarette smoking as like a kid habit that goes with you into your adult life. So if you're smoking cigarettes, that's one of the things that like conventions, you'll see the smoking section. Everybody's going out to fucking take breaks, break the cycle and go smoke. Spend more time at the art table than the bar. You know, it's the only way.
That's just good life advice.
Yeah, exactly. And it's fun going to the bar. So these are just, this is me. This is my biggest vice. I'd say that and sugar. Cigarettes are a typical thing with tattoo artists. Same with soda. A lot of artists drink soda. Sugars are bad. And then all of our favorites, the beer. JC, you love beer, don't you? All these years, baby. So, but these are the habits that you get into that you think like smoking's part of being a tattooer, I think that's what keeps some tattoo artists smoking is that Misery loves company. So any smoker will be like, hey, you want to come out with me smoke? Here's a cigarette. And then misery loves company, you know? So you smoke, try to quit. Nobody in here smokes, which is good. Smoking, alcohol is another thing. Caffeine's my biggest thing next to weed. They're depressants. So alcohol is actually a depressant. So that's why you see people get all sad and crying on alcohol, except for tequila, because tequila is not depressant. A lot of the stuff you call this hypertension, the caffeine and all that, advances your age, believe it or not. You see an alcoholic that's our age, and it's going to look 20 years older, you know. Gives you shaky hands. So as a tattooer, if you're a heavy drinker, you'll notice they get the alcoholic shakes and shit like that. Let's get into sleep. How many people get more than 6 hours of sleep a night? My old ass does now. 5 hours? 4 hours? Man, shop owners. Yeah. So sleep's important. We function somehow, but we usually make up for it with like coffee, some kind of energy drinks and shit like that to, like, you know, stay up. Sleep's important, helps you focus, maintains your weight, reduces stress, and helps your body actually kind of heal and recover. A lot of times I'll go to sleep after training just because my body's like, you need to heal. Yeah, exactly. I used to tell my wife too, I was like, I want to stay up, but like my body's making me go to sleep, you know, and it's trying to heal and recover. This is just, so REM sleep is the only time your brain is healing while you're sleeping. So before you go into REM sleep, sure, your body and your fibers and your muscles are healing. Your brain doesn't. That's why you need more than 4 hours of sleep, because you need to get to the REM state to heal your brain. And that's why that's so important to get those 6 to 8 hours. There's a reason why you're supposed to have 6 to 8 hours, which we don't do typically, because that's the time when your brain is healing through REM sleep. So I don't know if you guys knew that or not. So your body heals, your mind needs to heal, and that can't heal without proper sleep. So if you get 4 hours of sleep, you know, you wake up and you just don't fucking mentally function the same way because your brain didn't hit REM. You didn't get a chance to actually like heal the brain while you're sleeping. You might be able to walk and function, but you're cloudy, you know. So lack of rest is typically tattooers, loss of focus, age you faster. All right, so we're pretty much at the end here. I just want to say too, if you guys have apprentices, pass all this stuff on, try to instill it in other tattooers. Physically, like look at other tattooers and be like, hey bro. And if somebody's like dipping over, like Ben Rife, one of my artists, he was coming out to the warehouse, the True Tattoo Supply warehouse for a while, and he's just like, man, that was a good session, you know. And he was just fucking like literally like going handicap, but he's a lefty and he was using a righty setup, so he was dipping over here the whole time, like stretching. So he started having like problems on this side. So he wasn't an apprentice, but what I'm saying is look at people's setups. If you notice them having pain or issues and things like that, look at what they're doing, try to make suggestions on how their setup can be better. Look at your own setup when you go back, look at your lighting, look at where you're dipping, quit whoever's twisting back here, go get a cart, pull it around. You'll feel that you have more energy when you're tattooing too, because this will wear you out every time. You almost start dreading the dip. So yeah, every time you go, like, and pain will affect you. Yep.
Thinking what you're getting ready to do.
Yeah.
You start thinking about your back every time you go to.
Yeah.
Also with the setup, do you typically want to keep your eyes on the tattoo most of the time?
I'm sorry.
Do you want to like keep your focus on a tattoo most of the time? Because I know it's twisting around,
breaking the visual cycle.
Like get some ADD.
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh, I'm gonna do this line instead of
yeah, I think that's a good point. Actually, staying like visually focused on the piece you're working on, rather than every time like breaking and being like,
That's huge for me.
You know, yeah.
I even have clients when they do this all the time. I'm like, if you look at it one more time, I'll put that thing.
Yeah, if they change their position every time.
Like even though I'm going for ink, I'm still looking at it. So when you do that, I tell people, it's gonna be on your rest of your life. If you do it one more time, I'll put it.
That gets annoying as shit. Yeah.
Yeah, that drives me insane.
Yeah. So definitely pass all this information on to your guys' apprentices, friends, you know.
I was just having this conversation with Eli, one of the guys who works for me, and he's a big dude. He's like close to 300 pounds. And I come out and he's like this, trying to get a line on his knee, like upside down. And this guy took a video, and I'm like, that's funny. But
Show it to him later, yeah.
I showed it to him. I was like, how long did you
Like,
do
look
it?
at you, bro.
And
Yeah.
He's like, oh, he's dying. I'm like, you've been doing
Yeah, and then you see him later on like fucking hurting. When going back to the beginning, he made that choice to not raise the fucking client, to get down on one knee and put himself in that painful position. Yeah.
Like, how long do you think you're gonna?
Did you make him aware of it?
Yeah.
Has he changed?
I mean, is he lying?
Try. Yeah, some of them are so hard. But no, that's a good point. Actually, it's trying to show people what they're doing. Take a photo of them when they're working and be like, "Bro, does this look normal?" Yeah.
How long do you think you're gonna do this for? Like 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just trying to get that line in. Yeah, man,
Yeah.
you got a line today.
You got that line ain't great. How's the line of your back?
His knees bad and his back.
Right. Yeah. So
I think
yeah.
That's having that awkward accountability conversation with your, your coworkers or your friends. Like, hey man, because of this, like,
Yeah.
you're bitching every day about your back hurting, but I've watched you for 3 years do this,
Yeah.
And we don't want to have that uncomfortable.
Like
guy.
willingly for years they'll tattoo like that.
Yeah.
And then one day they go, why's my leg numb and my back? It's like, bitch, you've been fucking tattooing upside down for 3 years.
About 2 years ago, and you just
Yeah, right. So pass all this information on. And then that's pretty much it. I just want to say thanks everybody for taking the seminar, not just for me, like I said, for taking the time for yourselves and anybody you're going to teach us stuff to later on. So
Okay, let's stop screen sharing. And we're back. Can you hear me? Testing, testing. Hey, Durb. Testing. Can you hear me, Durb? Your mic is off. Hey, everybody, that was pretty awesome. Thanks for lighting up the chat rooms and whatnot. If you are interested in asking some questions live, Durb, your mic is off. If you're interested in asking questions live, if you go to www.reinventingthetattoo.com/longevity, and
I can hear him. Yep.
awesome. And then we have some trivia questions. So wait, first let me blast up that link real quick. So Durb, that was awesome.
Yeah, man. Can you guys hear me?
Perfectly. Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, man, that was a lot of fun. Actually, I'm glad everybody tuned in. There's a lot of good chat going on as well in the chat room. So I appreciate everybody putting their 2 cents in and giving some words in there as well.
So I'm going to start
yeah, I
off
hope
with asking some questions, some prizes, right? So you have some stuff to give away, or
so we got some stuff sitting up here on stage. I don't know how well you guys can see, but over the years I've invented different True Tattoo Supply products. One of them being True Grips. We got True Tubes. We got some the tattoo grip tape or some membrane cartridge needles. So what we're going to do is just a few questions, from the seminar and a few questions about myself personally, things like that. And if you do answer them, the first person watching live to type it in, essentially, we got Lauren over here. She's going to be watching the names and how everything goes down. And then we're going to have you guys reach out to me. The winners of each question can reach out and email me at durb@hellcity.com. And we'll ship you out your item of choice from True Tattoo Supply.
awesome. And then people will be able to join in if you zoom in. People are going to go into the waiting room, but then we'll start bringing people in, through the course of this Q&A. So what's the first question? What's the first trivia question?
All right. I think Lauren, you're going to be popping the questions up on the screen here. I think I'm lagging just a little bit here on my screen, so. Let me know when you're ready to pop it up. And we still do have the chat open, everybody, too. So if you have any personal questions, anything like that, too. Also, if you guys want to email me with your personal, pain, things like that, you like a little insight from a senior artist, you can email me at durb@hellcity.com as well. So first question is going to be, what product did I invent that helps to absorb damaging vibrations from the tattoo machine, preventing carpal tunnel and other issues?
Mhm.
Kyle, you cannot win because you're standing here.
I'm going to bring in while the answers are coming
All
in.
right.
We're bringing in. Oh, do we have an answer?
We got a winner right there. We got Iron Rose Tattoo Company. Hit that up first. Good job, guys. Good job. Get
Awesome.
some other questions. I'm going to let them pop up on the screen, so I'm not preemptive here. We'll let Lauren handle the Q&A here.
Oh, and we just lost Yeti. We'll bring some people on as they in between some of these questions too.
Justin, you were close. True Tubes, but True Grips are the ones that absorb the vibrations. True Tubes were my first tattoo invention, though, with the tubes and stuff that I came out with, and then the True Grips went over top of them to absorb all the vibrations and stuff.
So Durb, we've got before we do the next one, we have Lou and Bradley coming in here for the little Q&A here.
Okay, awesome. Oh yeah. My screen here's lagging a little bit, but I can hear you through the headphones. So let's do this next question.
Perfect.
So what does compression of the median nerve cause? All right, Justin got it. Yep. Justin's on that.
Bam, that was wicked quick.
Yeah. So he didn't get the first one. He was close, but you got the second one. So, and you guys will be able to, when you email me, just tell me like what products you guys want, and I'll ship it out to you guys.
Awesome. So Lou and Bradley, I believe you're in, but your video is off. But you might work on clicking the buttons.
Yeah.
Yeti Tears is another Yeti Tears has been in the chat room, is beaming in. But let's run the next question as everyone's tech is catching up.
Right on. Let me see here. All right, get ready for it to pop up, everyone. I got a little clarification I think to do on this next one too. So I'm waiting for the question to pop up on my point on my iPad here. I don't know how far behind we are. All right, there it is. What studio did I teach this actual seminar at?
Hey,
And you know what? I actually said it wrong earlier. So I said it at the beginning. I said this one wrong. So let's see who gets it right.
We can't hear everybody. I am muting everybody just because I think somebody had us in the background. So it's just important that as people are beaming in to get rid of the stream in the background. And if you're on the phone, hey, Yeti Tears, if you could turn your phone sideways, then we get the full camera. Yeah, perfect. So I'm going to unmute you, Yeti Tears. Ask to unmute.
What's up, Brazil? I see Brazil's Pedro from Brazil's tuning in. What's up, man? How you doing?
Hey, fellas.
So yeah, what studio did I teach this seminar at that you guys just watched?
33 Lions.
Get that?
Did you catch that?
All right. Yeah. See, earlier too, I said 7 Lions because I know Buddy has a 7 Lions studio, but yes, it's 33 Lions in Dayton, Ohio. That's where I taught it at. And there's a room full of apprentices and artists, senior artists, everybody. So yeah, Chris Taylor was there. It was awesome.
Cool. So Durb, can you see everybody that's joining us?
Yeah. Yep. I got 2
cool.
of them there. I got Jack and Yeti. What's up, guys?
Hey, how's it going, Durb? Thanks for everything.
How you guys doing? Thanks for joining. Hopefully you guys got something out of it.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah. One thing that I'd say would be that when it goes into like the anxiety part of it, one thing that I would say a little bit of like premeditation. Every time I go to do a tattoo, I think about the tattoo before I do it, and I think about how it should look before it's done.
Yeah, it's very stressful. It could be a very stressful thing, especially when you first start tattooing. To me, when I first started tattooing, I was scared shitless, man. My hand would almost shake before I started tattooing because I was so nervous. So I think that anxiety and the just the expectations you feel from people to perform the best and to do the best tattoo, that creates a lot of anxiety and sleepless nights and staying up late to get your drawing done right. Like I talked in the seminar about the part about, kind of like we're, college students every day. We go home, do our homework, and do the test the next day. So there's a lot of stress in that. And I think that's where probably that anxiety point hits with a lot of artists,
I one thing that I did that was pretty fun. Speaking to anxiety, and you could all imagine how much anxiety. I can't believe that we actually did this, but back when I had a tattoo shop and the tattoo convention was going, I had this bright idea that maybe one of the first tattoos that one of our apprentices could do would be to do it on stage at the Paradise Tattoo Gathering with Guy Aitchison over their shoulder doing like a Q&A. Oh, no. Right? I mean, I thought it was pretty simple.
No pressure.
That'd be amazing, But like, so an hour before they started to do the tattoo, the room started filling up with people. So by the time they started, it was 150 people in the room, maybe 100, 125 people watching. And he was shaking like crazy. I'll be real quick. He was shaking like crazy. And I was like, oh my God, maybe we've gone too far. Maybe this is going to become a shit show. And Guy was like, maybe you should take a roll of paper towels and put it under your arm, and then maybe start with some shading and then do the lines after when you relax and settle into it a little bit. And all of a sudden it was like, oh my God. And he was able to get through that. But yeah, that tattooer is not going to have much anxiety after that. That was his first,
right.
But anyways.
But there's a lot of anxiety with tattooing. And I think it continues, trying to manage your schedule, have a life on top of that, as well as your tattoo career and stuff like that. There's a lot of anxiety, a lot of expectation. Who was saying that they like to do the meditation, the breathing?
Yeah.
Was that you, Yeti?
Jack.
Oh, okay, Jack, you're the one that
yeah,
that does
yeah,
the breathing exercises. Do you
so,
do like stretching or breathing right before each
Well,
tattoo?
I follow a lot of your stretching exercises, and those have saved my back ever since I started following that kind of thing. Getting up like every hour on the hour and just getting up and stretching, getting up, taking a break, letting your eyes and your back rest, resetting yourself a little bit. And like I said about like the meditation part of it, there's a lot of things that I read and follow, and they say that for a lot of artists, that when they actually do a painting, they already saw the painting in their head. And so what they're really doing on the canvas is that they're making a copy of what's in their head. So a lot of times I try to do pre-prep, and like I'll think about what the tattoo should look like before I do it. And then I try to redo what's in my head, no matter what's on the paper.
Yeah.
But that takes away a lot of the stress and anxiety.
Yeah, like that preparation. Yeah, because it's a scary thing. If you're going into a tattoo and you go, okay, I kind of know the direction I want to go, and you're almost trying to do it on the fly, which a lot of us do, and it typically works out great. But having that preparation before your tattoo appointment, or having like a basic color study, man, that makes it go. Even just a shading study or whatever, like that makes a tattoo, that takes a lot of the stress off, because you already got the process kind of planned out. But I think if you're doing it on the fly, I find it's going to be a little more stressful. You're going to stay a little more intently focused, because you're trying to create what you're thinking rather than already kind of putting it out there, like you said. So yeah, that makes total sense.
Thanks.
Could you got another trivia question for the giveaways?
Let's do another question, Lauren.
It's coming.
Lauren's over here being the wonderful host she is, taking care of everything behind the scenes.
The first time in Europe, Durb taught the seminar. I love Europe, man. Europe's fucking wonderful.
Yeah, let's talk about that being stress and anxiety ridden. Remember, I hosted the that first Venetian tattoo conference over there.
Yeah, that was 8 years ago now, or 9. We saw that it just happened. I saw the memories.
And I wasn't expected to like host and everything, and then not speaking Italian, and then we had to forward translators, and then what, about 1,000 people there staring at me?
Yeah,
for
that
3
was
days
nuts.
with a microphone.
For me, I was talking to Russ recently about the translations and the interpreters. For me, I talk so motherfucking fast, but the thing that I love the most is having an interpreter, because it means I have to finish my sentence.
Yeah.
And then like wait, and like so having the interpreters really made me slow down and be conscious. So I almost lean into the European interpretations.
So that comes back here. So where was the first time in Europe? So there's a question, everybody. Gabe, you can't answer this.
Okay, and it wasn't
where
in
was
Venice
the first
because
time? No, it was not. It was not in Venice. You're right. But where was the first time in Europe that I actually taught the seminar that you guys just watched? We'll see who gets this one. And Gabe, you can't answer because you were there.
No, it might be. I don't even want to say. There's some funny stories.
Which there's,
was that the one where my daughter was there?
I don't know, the first one.
I don't remember.
I think no, because the first one. I think the first one is when I met my wife, right? Is that when we went up? I can't really say where we were.
Right, I think it was. My daughter was there. Yeah, the one where you met your wife was when my daughter was.
So where at near London, not in London or anything like that, but where did I teach my seminar the first time? Anybody get it?
I think it's actually listed on the homepage of Reinventing under the.
Is it? Yeah. See,
or at least the choices are there. We do have a Bradley says Italy! Exclamation point.
Close.
That was fun.
Not.
I remember doing the site visit at the Venetian Tattoo Gathering site. That it was that same. It was like probably the Monday or Tuesday, and we were going through the venue in. Do you remember in ankle deep water? Were you there for that first site visit?
I remember having like dinners in like rubber boots and stuff in Venice. Water coming up, but I'm going to tell everybody where I actually taught for the first time, and it was actually Dublin, Ireland. And I got flown in by a guy named Martin, who puts on a tattoo tea party and stuff over there as well. Yeah. Gabe, you guys brought me in to teach. It was part of a whole seminar weekend that we did there in Dublin.
Emerald Isle Tattoo Sessions.
Yeah, Emerald Isle. Yep. So that was pretty amazing. We had quite a good chef, Gogwe, Nick Baxter. quite a few artists in there.
So you were there. Remember we did the adventures afterwards. So like we had the different teams of artists go through Dublin to do the scavenger hunts. And I remember
I still got photos from all that.
oh, it was amazing. Nick and I guess someday I'll catch up with Nick and Jeff about it, because I swear when we talk about, do the scavenger hunt, team building stuff, they're like, I don't ever really want to do that again. But I think they have a little bit of a smile. They're like, I'll never do that again, but I had a lot of fun.
I mean, those are tattoo memories, man. Tattooing's taken me around the world, and that's one thing I say. Tattooing's given me so much, that's why I give back to it. So any of those opportunities to like teach or do anything like that, like take the opportunity. Let's get this next question up on here. What do we got? Let me see here. You there, Lauren? Let me know when it's up. A little laggy here. So next question is going to be, what's the best way to help keep your posture? As an artist, what's the best way to keep your posture? Which is that thing where we always start slagging over, you start out all good, and then eventually about an hour later, you're just hunching over, your back gets tired, things like that. So what's the best way to keep an artist's posture besides sitting up?
Bradley says, bring your client to you. He's on the Facebook.
That's in the seminar. That's good. Yeah.
Oh, and Yeti Tier says the same thing. Bring client to you and adjust the tray and station.
Close. It's not the answer I got here, though.
If you keep your work media close to you, so that way it's at a good vertical, you can keep better control of it, and it helps control your posture.
Yeah, I think people need to think about the physical body, not really the furniture or anything like that. That's the answer I'm going for here. So we'll see who gets it. Chairs with backs. Nope. I'm not talking about the chair, the furniture. I'm talking about the physical body. What's the best way to keep your posture?
Yeti's offered keep straight posture. Adjust the chair height and keep straight postures.
Close. There was a whole, I'm going to give it away a little bit, but there's a whole exercise section in the seminar as well.
A lot of people talking about chairs. I was talking recently with Joe King, and he mentioned a $500, $600 chair that he fucking absolutely loves. And
the furniture is a really good thing. So I don't know if anybody's going to get it. You guys got a couple more seconds here, and I'm gonna give it away. Adjust the client. You guys are all close. For what I'm thinking, these are all pretty much correct answers. Let's see, one more person. Let's see what you got.
Extension machine, says Yeti.
Nope. It would be strengthening your back.
Is
the best way to strengthen your muscles, to be able to keep posture over time. That's the best way to keep your posture as an artist. If you have weak back muscles, you're naturally going to come to this. By strengthening your back, you're going to be able to keep upright for longer. But all those questions are really, all the answers are really, really good, though. Actually bringing on, the client closer to you, adjusting the furniture. So you're not going to your client, you're bringing them to you. So there's no real wrong answer there. So let's get on with the next question here.
And you guys could just beam in with your mic if you want to. So I'm not sure Durb's checking the chat here.
I'm trying to look at the chat. I think I'm a little delayed here.
Yeah, it's we're doing this very informally.
Yeah, exactly. So the next question is going to be, what is the sac that's inside the shoulder responsible for inflammation and discomfort called? First person to type it in. You guys can email me and I'll
this is kind of fun. We should do a trivia night. Oh fuck, I can't believe I just suggested that. God damn.
No, that would be great. Do you remember the app that I put out a long time ago?
I do remember the app, yes.
8 years ago, 10 years ago. It was called Tattoo IQ.
Mm-hmm.
And every month we would put up new trivia questions. So 10 new questions every month.
Still have them
on the trivia.
We got a shoulder bursa, says Bradley.
Yep, the Bursa. Yep.
Bursa.
So Bradley, you won. Yeah, the Bursa
Bradley
in
Robinson.
the shoulder. Yep. So just email me, man. At
Bradley, you're lucky, dude. I'm checking my Facebook messages. Oh, it's binging at me, and I know that it's happening, I guess. But
Jason's on Google right now. What's in the so no, that's good. Jason, you got it. Bursa. You can get pretty much anything. If you want something else on the site, or who got the Bursa?
Bradley.
Oh, I
Bradley
thought it said
Robinson.
Jason. Okay. Is that the first person to answer, Bradley? All
In
right.
this case, yes. Sorry, Jason.
Okay. Sorry, I'm seeing Jason here. So let's get on with the next one. Name 3 different sections of the spine. Just 3 different sections of the spine. Let's see. Yeti, you got this?
Not off the top of my head.
No?
I've been
What
going
about
back
you,
to
Jack?
chiropractor too. I should.
Jack, you got anything on there?
No, lumbar,
Lower lumbar.
vertebrae, and it's like forget the mid spine called.
Hey, Bradley, if you
major
could
sections.
go over to the YouTube chat room. You already won too, so you can't win anymore. You got to give Jason a chance again.
Yep. I think Jason, both those guys got it. Yep. Jason and Scott. So I don't know who got it first on my end or on your guys' end. You guys let me know. So yes, it's cervical, thoracic, and the lower lumbar on the spine. So congratulations. You can just email me, durb@healthcity.com. I'll get you guys anything you want. We're gonna get on with the next question. Keep this rolling. There's not too many more questions. Let's see what you guys got though. What does an artist sit on that causes nerve damage, sciatic nerve damage? What do you sit on?
I hope that Amy didn't hear me say that trivia thing because she was suggesting game night at the Jiminy Peak event, and I was like, no, game night. And then Jason Lisa was like, yeah, game night. I'm like, oh man, we're gonna have game night.
That sounds like fun, actually. Like a tattoo
Right.
trivia night.
Exactly, exactamundo.
I like Ralph's top, middle, and bottom the spine.
And Jack got it.
All right, you know what? Jason won again. From what I see, the answer to my question is what does an artist sit on that causes sciatic nerve damage is a wallet. So yeah, money sack. True. Very true. So Jason, you got that one. All right.
Well, and you also got backed up by Durb there, Amy. So we're clearly doing some game night stuff.
Hey, you count me in on that. I'll join. Okay, another question. What do artists look at the most that damages their eyesight?
Oh, I know, books.
Wow. Let me see here. Yeah. What do artists look at the most nowadays that damages their eyesight? Yep. The Apprenticeship Diaries got it. That's from what I'm seeing here. It's a little laggy. But the blue light, you're right, like cellular cell phone lights and the blue light, that's exactly what it is. So the Apprenticeship Diaries, you got that one? Congratulations. Just email me, durb@healthcity.com. We're going to move on to the next one. What allergies come from wearing gloves from tattooing for so many years? What allergies?
Latex.
Let's see what y'all got. All right. So you said that right when I saw Scott's thing come in. So you guys tell me who won, Gabe?
Uh,
Well, I got the 33 tiger or lion, so
You got okay, you already got that. That's right, you did. Yep.
Oh.
So let's give this one to Scott Mock.
wait a minute.
He
Does this
hasn't-
mean everyone's a winner kind of a thing going on here? I'm
No,
joking.
no, it's the first person to type it in.
That's up. I'm joking. There's no losers here. This is
You
YouTube.
keeping these names over there, Lauren? Yep. All right. Everything's on track. We got all the winners. And don't forget to reach out to me again, durb@healthcity.com. Next question. What's a great way to keep your schedule and day in front of you as an artist? I had a term that I was using during the whole seminar that I teach of ways to keep your schedule and day in front of you in an organized way. What was the term that I was using? Nope. Close. Something with Medusa said alarms, but that's not right. What's
Bradley
the
says
term that I was
planner,
using?
Planner digital
because it does
assistant.
involve, there we go. Scott got it again. Scott Mock, if you get so many, I guess we'll send you some items, man. We'll send you a few things. So
Boom, it gets
what
one
I
more and
seen-
we'll throw in a reinventing the tattoo package or something.
yeah. Let's get this going. Let's see if Scott gets some more right here. So, but no, that's right. I call them digital coaches just because it's like a digital manager, things like that. So I use the hell out of them. I use the hell out of Siri, timers, reminders, things like that. And Google Calendars popping up all over the place. It's kind of maddening, but I don't forget shit. Put it that way. All right. So next one. What magazine featured my longevity of the artist seminar? Which magazine? I did a little section in the seminar about that as well. Let's see who gets it. Like I said, I'm a little
Jack
laggy
says
here.
Skin and Ink.
Nope. But it's a great magazine. But it's not the one that featured my seminar and spoke about it, which was awesome because I think more magazines do need to do an approach on the health of tattoo artists. Let's see here. Yes, Justin. From what I see, Justin Klink got it. It was Inked Magazine. So Inked Magazine is the one they did it. That's where John Mesa was one of the stretching models and stuff in the article and stuff as well. So loved Inked Magazine. They're great, and I can't think of enough for featuring that. So let's get on with the next question. It is Sunday night, and I appreciate everybody staying in here, staying tuned for the Q&A. It's a little different, but this could turn into something cool. Yeah, you know what? Like you said, this could turn into something really cool, man. Have some game nights like this on through Reinventing, giveaways, things like that. So, next question. Here we go. Let's see where it went.
Last question.
All right, is this the last one?
Yeah.
At what point of rest is the body actually healing your brain? Yep, there you go. Scott again.
There's a
I
very
think you
low
just won
latency
something from
on this
Reinventing
thing.
too, right? Is that what you're throwing in there now, Gabe?
Yeah,
Is he one,
absolutely. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Is this working?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, absolutely. That sounds awesome. We'll get him a reinventing course. I don't know if he's got one yet, but if not, he does now. Awesome.
Yeah, lots of good stuff here. So like I said, email me, durb@healthcity.com. We'll get you guys out. Tell us what item you want, and we'll get them out to you guys. So again, I just want to say thanks everybody. I really hope you got something out of it. I hope you like the little Q&A and stuff like that too. It's a different approach to watching a seminar like this as well. So it's going to be hosted on Reinventing pretty much for life. So if you guys have apprentices, or if you want to gather your studio around friends that are having, or friend artists that are having pain or issues, gather them around, tune into Reinventing, reinventingthetattoo.com. Check it out. I also have it up on my YouTube channel. So if you just search Durb Morrison, you can find it on there as well. I think I got like 170 other videos on there.
Awesome.
But really appreciate everybody tuning in. Like I said, it's late Sunday night. I know you guys are ready to unwind and get ready to tattoo tomorrow. So I'm going to tune out right about now. And like I said, if you guys have any questions, you can hit me up on Instagram. You can DM me with any physical issues that you guys are having and want questions, or just talk to another artist that's been through it as well. It's at Durb Morrison or at Tattoos by Durb. Either of those pages I check. Or you just email me again, like everybody else, durb@healthcity.com. So again, Reinventing. Thank you guys. Thank you, Guy. Thank you, Gabe. Thank you, Lauren. Thank you, Fawn.
Awesome.
Really appreciate everything, Kyle. Appreciate it, guys. All your work. And yeah, get your clients and apprentices on longevity of the artist. Have a good night.
Thank you, everybody. We're signing out. Cheers, everybody.